Well, I've just got done watching a documentary called Dying to Have Known. And basically, the documentary is very well put together. However, it does absolutely nothing to further the point of what it's really trying to say. It says a lot, but at the same time says nothing. So, what is the documentary about? Well, the documentary is about the Gershwin method, and basically their claim of it cures cancer 100%. Now, an extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence, and basically throughout the entire documentary they talk to a lot of experts, but at no point do they discuss the actual science at all. And although I do give the documentary credit that they do talk to two of the critics, and the critics make a heck of a lot of sense, and they do point out a lot of the flaws that are said in the movie. Now, of course, what are the flaws? Well, the first flaw is there is no scientific evidence to back up what what the people, the documentary, and the people promoting the Gershwin method are saying, because they're constantly saying throughout the movie, they constantly have Dr. Gershwin's granddaughter going, this treatment cures cancer 100%, and they have absolutely no way to back it up. And they even bring up the fact of, oh, what would prove it to you? Well, you need a case study, and you need, and it needs to be done scientifically. And then they even bring up the reasons of why when, they even say, people have looked into it, and they haven't found anything from it. Or when they've looked into it, they found that these people didn't have cancer, it had been misdiagnosed, or, there are a lot of cancers that you can have which actually go away by themselves, depending on, what type it is. So, this, claim automatically is very, very on shaky ground. But what is the Gershwin method? Well, the Gershwin method basically says if you eat healthily, you have, a natural diet, you'll be fine. But you can very easily poke another huge hole in this. Because, basically, you've got to ask this question, do vegetarians get cancer? And the answer is yes. Vegetarians do still get cancer. And they can still die from cancer in the same way that anyone else can. So, again, this question in the documentary never asked. At all. The other question that's never asked, how many people do you know have actually died while on your treatment? Never asked. One thing that one of the guys says, who's an advocate of it, says, oh yeah, science can't test all the hundreds of variables that are going on. And the documentary quickly agrees with him, but then later in the documentary they go to a guy who's testing soil. And the scientist goes, with science we can test all these hundreds of variables that are going on in the soil. So, and this is the same for when anyone, any type of, what pseudoscience brings up. When science is against them, it's evil. It's this, how dare they not agree with us and all our, scientific papers and findings. But the second any part of science sort of agrees with them, it's wonderful. Look how awesome it is. Look how this proves our point because science agrees with us. And that is basically the gist of the whole movie. And there's a point even which really annoys me where they just bring out all these graphs, and it's not even putting up on the screen so you can actually read them. It's literally someone with graphs printed out on a sheet of paper going doom, 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 like that, just dishing them out on one top of the other. And you can't read them. You know, again, as I've said, you know, an extraordinary claim like, you know, this cures cancer 100% needs extraordinary evidence. So, okay, if you can cure cancer 100%, as you claim, get 10 people who have definitely been diagnosed with cancer and have so far received no treatment for that cancer. Treat them with your method. Alright, if your method is correct, then 10 out of 10 of those people will survive. I guarantee they will never do that, because there is a lot of money to be made in this. And it is giving false hope to people who very often don't have a lot. So, it is a scam at the end of the day. You know, as I've said at, you know, at the beginning of the part of the video, you know, they basically advertise, oh, you know, you've got to eat all this, you know, all natural food and stuff like that. But then vegetarians get sick. They get sick like the rest of us. You know, they get cancer like the rest of us. So this documentary is just a complete waste of time, because the guy who was making it never asked the important questions, which basically says to me the guy had a very biased viewpoint of when he was doing the documentary.